36 weeks, almost 37 really. We are full. We are getting stretched on out here. Luckily, no stretch marks yet, so fingers crossed we can make it to the finish line without that. Welcome back to my channel. What is up? If you are new here, I'm Jordan and I am talking about my journey through pregnancy into motherhood, and we are so close to crossing that line from pregnant to being a mom. So if you're interested in that, stick around, like, subscribe, it's all free, I promise. So if you could do that, I really appreciate it. So today I thought that I would kind of do a two-part thing. So I wanted to share my activity level as it's kind of changed a little bit. It's kind of gone down a smidge, but I thought that I would show you what a day at the gym looks like. I'll tell you like what I did this week. So I worked 3 days at Amazon, so I was on my feet about 20 hours this week. That's pretty active, I guess. Also, I went to yoga on Tuesday. I should have filmed that, but I didn't, so you can't see that, sorry. I went to the gym once, and then other than that, I walked around, I mowed the lawn. My choice. Tim was like, no, I got it. And I personally, I just like to mow the lawn. I think it's relaxing, it's calming, plus it's good for me to walk around. That's what I've done this week in my 36 weeks. I just wanted to give you kind of a preview of what the gym looks like at this stage in pregnancy for me. So roll the cameras. At the gym looks like for me. I'm really just focusing on a lot of that leg work, squats, pelvis work, adductors, hip thrusts. I'm really gonna need a strong legs, which I come by pretty naturally, but you know, I think it's really gonna help, especially if I end up being in a squat position to give birth. I'm gonna need to withstand that for a good amount of time. We're gonna get into the nitty gritty. We're gonna get personal. We're gonna get probably TMI, maybe you've never wanted to know about, and that's okay. I'll give you the forewarning. We're gonna be talking all about the boobs and the start of my breastfeeding journey. This week I did a prenatal lactation consultant appointment and found out a lot of information, and so I wanna update you guys on that. So let me go ahead and take a drink of my latte here. So if you need a home latte idea, coffee, oat milk, a little bit of agave, and apple pie spice, mix it on up. This is cold because I love cold coffee. Year-round cold coffee. Okay, anyways. So to the nitty gritty, prenatal lactation appointment. So obviously you guys know that I'm passionate about breastfeeding, and I really want a successful breastfeeding journey. Since I'm not delivering in a hospital, I have to seek out my own lactation consultant and find out information on my own, because when you deliver in the hospital, a lactation consultant will come and see you. Which, even if you are delivering in a hospital, I think having an outside lactation source is helpful, because a lot of times they're pretty busy and they see you for a short amount of time and you're not able to get all the questions answered, and you could potentially still be struggling when you leave, and then you're kind of stuck like Chuck, not knowing what to do. Like anything, I'm proactive and I really want this to be successful, so I booked a prenatal lactation consultant. I feel like this is valuable just because, one, they assess you beforehand, and so if there's any abnormalities or problems with your boobs, which potentially there may be with mine, so I'll get into that in a second, then you can be proactive and start to combat that, so you can successfully start your breastfeeding journey off stronger than if you just had the baby and then you're like, try, and then it didn't work out. If you want to breastfeed, definitely make that a priority. So they assess your boobs, they look at your boobs, they measure your nipples, everything like that. So valuable information, especially when it comes to like pumping and pump supplies. She said that I probably would need an electric pump, which I really do not want to go that route. My dream is to exclusively breastfeed and then, occasionally pump for backup with the manual pumps. But we'll see if that comes to fruition. Fingers crossed. They assess that, and then they'll show you feeding positions, all the things about the baby. We didn't get into that because of my potential issue. We really delved deep into that and talked about combating that. So I am gonna have another appointment that talks about how to latch, baby's positioning, everything like that. So those are also things that are very valuable that you're gonna need to know. So we get to the appointment and she's getting to know us, everything like that. Then it's time to assess the goods. Cool, I was expecting that. So she knew how passionate I was about breastfeeding and how determined I am about it. So she goes, has anyone ever told you that you have hypoplasia? I was like, no idea what that is. And she's like, okay, so this may be an obstacle, it may not, I don't know, but as soon as I don't say that it will be, then it will be. So she's just being a realist, which is what she said, and I totally appreciate that, and I'm glad to be able to know and understand that there could be an obstacle before I get into that postpartum time where emotions are even higher than now, so I can sit with it and assess, and we can take action now. So what that means is, she said that because, so this is why I wore bra, so you could probably see it a little bit. So we got boob, sternum, boob. So I've always had small boobs, never been an issue, whatever, I don't care, but I did always recognize, even in high school when you'd buy the push-up bra and try and make your boobs look bigger, whatever, retarded. Because I only wear these kind of sports bras now. Nothing with underwire, nothing with clamps in the back. It's just not about it, not for me. I always knew there was a space here because it was hard to get cleavage. Now my boobs have grown through pregnancy so that it's a little easier. But essentially what that is, my symptom of it is having a gap here that's bigger than 1.5 inches. So that could potentially put me at risk for low milk supply. It's not always guaranteed or anything, but it's just a possibility that she wanted me to be aware of and have in my head, because I'm up here determined, I'm dying on this hill. Obviously worst comes to worst, I have a friend who is oversupply right now, and she said she's willing to donate, so I'm thankful for that. Also, if we have to do formula, it's going to be really tight, so I just don't know how that will happen, but God will make a way. Honestly, I'm believing that we're gonna be good here. Because then she like assessed, she said, well, you have good breast tissue, and then we expressed colostrum just like that. All good signs. And then I guess the silver lining, she's like, you have perfect breastfeeding nipples, which I had assumed that anyway, just because I have, you know, those pencil eraser nipples. I have great nipples and good breast tissue, and it's already expressing colostrum. So we may not have any problems, but she's just preparing me and setting me up for the best success possible if that were going to be the case. I've ordered a few different vitamins that she recommended. Most vitamins that help produce milk are not safe during pregnancy. So definitely, if you are wanting to breastfeed, you definitely need to get with a lactation consultant, because I didn't even know that was a thing. You're gonna know what you need for your situation. Doing that, and then I'm actually starting to hand express and save colostrum 3 times a day, just to have that a little bit of supply built up just in case for baby when he comes. Those are the preventative measures I'm taking, and I'm just believing in God that He made my body correctly, and I can do this, because I'll still be crushed if not. But obviously, if my baby needs something different, and if it doesn't work out, we'll have to fight through that. I'm sending the vibes out there that it's gonna work out, and these vitamins and starting saving colostrum is just going to put me that much ahead of the breastfeeding journey, and it's going to be smooth. So since I've already met with her, and I'm gonna meet with her again, I have a personal one-on-one contact. So right when he comes, if there's any issues, if there's any problems, just call her up, she'll come and help me. Also, I had my nipples pierced, and I got them pierced at the end of 2018. Never taken them out once. Cleaned them, you know, in the shower and all that, so never had a problem. I didn't know how to take them out. Tim's like, we need to get pliers, and I'm like, that's close to my nipple. I don't think so. Just get some latex gloves. It helps hold it still. They came off like that. So if you have nipple rings, never took them out, and you don't know how, latex gloves. So yeah, that is it. That's my update, fitness and lactation. We'll see. I'll keep you posted on my breastfeeding journey. If you pray that it works out for me. So thank you, and I will see you next time.